Hi, it's editing Kendra. I am not sure what happened, but I did actually lose quite a bit of footage. So I'm gonna insert some pictures, and a couple of the cuts might be weird, but rest assured, I didn't lose any important footage. And like I said, any of these patterns are still going to be available in that book. This is kind of just like a preview. So I do ask and thank you for your patience, but let's get back to the video. Hello, my quilty friends. We're in my car. Welcome to a new show called Kendra Cooks the Book, where today we're going to talk about some of the patterns in the book, and I'm going to cook one of the recipes with you guys. We're going to work our way through the book eventually. And it's definitely not February 13th. And I was like, I have to meal prep. I could be a good girlfriend and make my boyfriend dinner. Yeah, we're not, yeah. All right, I'm gonna go to the grocery store because they should sponsor me. I can be Caitlin Clark, right? Sports, woo. But anyways, I'm gonna head in and I will see you at my apartment. We're in my kitchen now. I have a copy of our book. We're actually at my dad's house. We're gonna start with the dessert baking in his house because there's this really cute boy I know, and he doesn't know I'm making this for him. He knows I'm doing dinner tomorrow, but I'm gonna surprise him with this for Valentine's Day, and he's like really cute in something, but like I kind of like can't let him know that because we like live together and he doesn't know I think he's cute. So we're gonna make brownie cookies. Okay, I'm gonna move my camera over here now. Welcome to my counter. We're playing Top Chef. But I showed you. Hey, look, it's our cookbook where I'm following our recipe from, available at our quilt shop. And look, it comes with 13 patterns. Well, these are baking. I'm going to talk about those patterns with you today. But we're going to bake because I know a cute boy for Valentine's Day. Anyways, I'm going to be making our brownie cookies today. And I kind of did like Top Chef up in here, and I pre-measured out my ingredients. So we got 1/4 cup of flour, 1/4 cup of oil. We have 1 egg that I dropped on the counter when I was prepping because I put eggs in the bowl, and then we have that other egg. And then we also have vanilla. So what's nice about this recipe is it calls for cake box mix of brownies. So if you are busy in the quilt shop quilting and you want a sweet little treat because you deserve a sweet little treat, this is a super simple, easy throw together meal. I mean, brownies can be a meal, cookies can be a meal. I ain't gonna judge. So I'm gonna start with my bowl. And my mom always told me crack eggs separately. So I'm gonna pour this one in, then I'm gonna show off and hope it goes well. And crack that one-handed because I am a talented person. And I actually did a lot of baking growing up. Took some classes because I'm cool. And I'm gonna wash my hands because I touched icky eggs. And I don't want to give anybody salmonella. So wash your hands. I washed my hands earlier too. But anyway, 2 eggs, flour, and oil into our bowl. And the next step, we're just gonna give it a little mix. Little mixy mix. And then with vanilla, measure with your heart. Because vanilla is a measure with your heart. So now I'm going to add our non-branded brownie mix. I am now going to add our non-branded brownie mix. Maybe. If I can get it open. So I'm just going to go ahead and add that in. Did you think when you signed up to watch a quilting channel they would have baking. I didn't. I told Jordan today, we were talking about videos, that I'm just ADHD in Converse. And nobody questioned me. So I'm gonna mix this until a dough forms, and then I will be back. So now that I have our dough formed, pretty simple. I'm gonna take a lined cookie sheet with parchment paper, and I just use my hands for this part. I just break a piece of dough off, and I roll it into a circle, and I just put it on the pan. Just like that. And I'm gonna make mine a little bigger, but I do have my oven preheated to that 350. So I'm going to do this. Knock the camera. I'm going to make our cookies. And then I'm gonna meet you in my sewing room, and we're gonna talk about those patterns. Our cookbook. So the pattern that comes with this cookbook is going to be called Everything But the Kitchen Sink. It is a stash busting quilt. So I went to the quilt shop and I was like, hey, can I raid our bucket for fabrics to use in a quilt? And they were very kind and were like, of course, of course. So I ended up choosing to use these 3 fabrics because I thought they looked cute together. I mean, it's a scrappy quilt, so it doesn't have to be perfect. And so I was like, these would look really cute together. So those are the 3 I chose. And I'm going to be making this whole quilt throughout a couple different episodes because there are 12 blocks. Yeah, 12. I didn't just sit here and count and be like, did I do my math right? But I'm going to be making this quilt, and then I will be donating it to a program that does quilts for cancer patients and all that stuff. Check out my video called A Quilting Interview with Jamie to learn more about them. But today I'm going to be making 2 blocks with you. So the first one we are going to be doing, I'm kind of going to go like level base. So a more simple quilt is going to be this one. And then I did go ahead off camera and like pre-cut the fabric because when I watch tutorials, I'm like, okay, yeah, I can cut fabric. I don't need to sit and watch someone do it. But I did do what I usually do and go ahead and label that. So this is going to be my fabric B. And this is going to be my fabric A. So they are the same amount of fabric per block. So I'm going to go ahead and scoot these 2 off to the side for now. And when I labeled them, I drew little pictures. This means we are actually going to cut our fabric in half triangle wise. So I'm going to take my Quilter Select rotary blade, which I always use. I'm going to take my fabric. I'm going to take my ruler. I'm going to line it up the best I can. And I'm going to simply cut a triangle. And there is going to be my triangle. I need to switch my blade out in here real bad, but that's okay. I feel like I've been saying that for like episodes now and just haven't done it because like mood. I just need to. But here are going to be my triangles. I'm also going to go ahead and do that with my purple ones, and then I will be back and we will start the assembly of this block. So now that we have our half triangle sewn together, we're just going to follow the pattern in the book to recreate it. So, step 1, that goes there, and then we're going to take this and we are going to do it like that, and then we are going to take our light one, if they would stop sticking together, obviously, much more step, line it up like that, then another dark one, and line it up, push it back, and then we're going to keep laying out our block, and then I will get you guys an aerial shot of that, and then I will sew them all together, and we will have our block. So our first step after we did that is just going to be to sew this, and I will do that with you guys real. So our first step is actually going to be to sew those half triangles together, and I am not the best at doing this, so what I always do is so I did go ahead and make that chicken, just following the recipe in the book. And what's really nice is I did modify it a little bit. One of us can't have carbs super close to dinner. The other one doesn't like barbecue. So I took the recipe and I just changed it a little bit and got exactly what we needed for both of us to meal prep and to eat dinner. But I know why you're all here, so I will meet you at my sewing machine and we are going to talk about those patterns in that book. Oh, there's pan there. So for the second block, I am going to be doing this one. And like always, went ahead and labeled, pre-cut our fabrics right there. And I'm not going to read out the individual measurements, but they are on right here. And there will be more patterns in this book, which are available at our website. But I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to lay these out, sew together, and meet you at the end when we are putting our blocks together. So I'm just going to pre-assemble, pre-lay out. I'll insert the picture, and I'll meet you back.